Hello, guys, and welcome to yet another episode of Fans Dugout. So, I am with some very passionate fans, or I can say cricket analysts here. I'm with Romit, I'm with Chaydeep, Rishabh, Sandy Paji, and Deep. So, first of all, the game is still going on between the Delhi Capitals and the Mumbai Indians, and it's turning out to be a thriller after all. And we have seen many thrillers, especially the low scoring ones, that too on the Sharjah pitch. So, first of all, going to you, Romit. Do you see, first of all, even Mumbai Indians winning this? As a Mumbai Indians passionate fan, it might be just hard to see because, first of all, it's a very thrilling match going on right now. So, do you see any miracles happening to Mumbai Indians at the moment?
No, not really, because the last over will be bowled by either Pollard or Krunal. So definitely not likely in this match. Even if bowls a economical over or takes a wicket, the last over has to be bowled by either Pollard or Krunal. So definitely, I don't expect them to stop the runs there, and it's a very low score. So definitely not Mumbai not winning this, and this will also slimmer our chances for the playoffs and maybe make KKR and PBKs the contenders for the fourth spot. So definitely, if this match goes away from us, then Mumbai definitely I don't think so they are qualifying if unless any miracles happen in the next few.
Yeah, I think Mumbai Indians have to win three out of three games to qualify. So, if they lose this, they're, I think the second team to be disqualified. Right. So, it's a rare thing that we see at this time, Mumbai not qualifying, since they, like they're one of the most consistent teams, first of all to perform and to win the trophies at the same time. But, what happened to Mumbai Indians, first of all, and why are they at this stage, Sandy Paji? You have any reason, why Mumbai Indians is at this stage?
Just fatigue, just fatigue of winning fatigue. That breeds things. They're bored of winning. Yeah, they are absolutely bored of winning. They are sick of winning the same trophy every day. And as I said this morning, if you have vada pav every day for breakfast, dinner, and lunch, you finally get bored. And we are bored of Mumbai Indians constantly winning the IPL. We want something new. So last time it was Rasgulla, and Rishabh was happy with the Rasgulla. Today we are going to have Chole Bhature because Yatharat wants us to have Chole Bhature. And after this, we will have our Dal Bati Churma. Because if Rajasthan Royals beat Chennai, this is going to put a lot of masala on the top four position. It's going to be really exciting, and that's what we want, an exciting top four and a new winner, please. Please, Dhanyavad, new winner. That's what we want.
Yeah, so it looks like the top contenders right now are going to be the Delhi Capitals and Chennai Super Kings. So I think based on the yellow turban you're wearing, looks like you want CSK to win.
No. As I said, I've just done the puja. The puja has been done. It is actually transferring form.
Oh.
We believe in transferring positive energy. So what we want to do is transfer the positive energy of Chennai to Rajasthan Rose because Jaydeep is with us. So I'm transferring love and yellow love to the pink love, which is the pink city, Jaipur.
Varun is it's the Romit way.
It's the Romit way. Looks like you got like a director for your new school, Romit. All right, now going to you, Deep. First of all, is this game just a formality for Delhi Capitals? They already qualified. They don't even need to play this game. They already qualified. So, is this just a formality game for Delhi Capitals?
No, I don't think so. Because if you see last season also, towards the end, they started to lose the momentum and that costed them the trophy in the finals. So this time they are taking it more seriously. They are taking every game seriously. And it looks like they are the top contenders to win the title this season. They have a very balanced squad. In every department, they have backups. So after Stoinis' injury, we thought that they have a hole to plug in. And I think they have done a decent job to fill that one. So right now, with if Delhi wins this one, I think the gap between, in terms of quality, the gap between top two and the remaining teams becomes very huge and very large to fill. So I think most likely it's going to be DC versus CSK final, but let's see. IPL brings a lot of surprises.
Yeah, I agree with this. IPL is really, and cricket is also a fun game, especially when you're talking about the T20 format. Okay, now going to you, Rishabh. Shreyas Iyer, he was a great find for DC, obviously, but since he came back, he was really batting, according to the pitch conditions. So, without him, even without him, do you see DC qualifying? Because he was like one of the main Indians, in the middle order who is stabilized. and going on to scoring them more runs. And also, was Shreyas Iyer like a good find for DC in IPL 2021 right now?
Sorry, Varun, I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear the first part of your question. Can you please repeat it again?
Like Shreyas Iyer, he had an injury. He came back on, like in the
Yeah.
phase two. As Shreyas Iyer being like a main part for DC in the middle order, did you see first of all, without even Shreyas Iyer, DC could qualify for the playoffs?
Absolutely, absolutely. They have, I mean, obviously, I cannot imagine, I cannot imagine DC without Stoinis and Shreyas Iyer. But if they had Stoinis fit in their 11, as well as if they, I don't really think that I mean, as far as the Shreyas Iyer is concerned, I don't really think he matters a lot, because obviously when we see the first leg of the IPL, he was I guess, I mean, he was not there, if I'm not wrong, or was he there? He was not there, right? Yeah, so I don't really think that he matters to them a lot. But since I mean, as far as the second leg is concerned, he is performing well for them. So let's just hope. And I just feel that like like Delhi is my second favorite. All right, like after KKR, I support Delhi. So I just feel that I just really feel that if KKR is not qualifying for the playoffs this season, I mean, obviously I don't really think that they should qualify as far as their team is concerned. But I'm really supporting Delhi this time now.
Right now, going to you, Jaydeep. Kagiso Rabada this season, he has not been in best of his form. First of all, he has been going for some runs, and also talk about Delhi's lower batting order. I think they could not really sort out their seventh and eighth batting position. So, do you think maybe it's a right option to drop Kagiso Rabada and maybe bring in someone like Sam Billings to play in the middle order? Or maybe like Tom Curran, he can bowl and he's a pretty much an underrated batsman, I can say. So, what's your take on this?
First of all, when a team's top order or maybe up till number five are performing, you don't actually need number seven or number eight to perform there. So that is the same thing happening with Delhi Capitals. You have Shikhar Dhawan, Prithvi Shaw. Obviously, a few matches they look some bad, but actually they are performing. Then Rishabh Pant, Shreyas Iyer, Shimran Hetmyer, Marcus Stoinis would have been there as well, but unfortunately due to some injury, he is not available. So you have all the players up till number five who are performing for you. So I don't think after Akshar Patel any batsman is required when you have so hard hitters and also have batsmen who can settle down like Shreyas Iyer did today. So our team is completely looking balanced, and I really don't want Kagiso Rabada to be dropped because he's such kind of bowler. They only go out of form for a few matches. Form is temporary, class is permanent, and Kagiso Rabada is type of bowler who has class. So Delhi Capitals is really settled batting lineup, and of course the bowling unit is also a complete package. So Delhi Capitals, to be fair, needs no changes, and they are doing completely well.
So, I'm just hearing Ravi Shastri's voice in
Sorry,
my mind right
sorry,
now.
Varun, sorry to
Yeah.
cut you there.
Yeah.
Guys, do you think, like, is it just me who is thinking, or do you think that Ricky Ponting is a bit biased towards Steve Smith? Because I don't really think the Steve Smith should play in the 11. I mean,
No,
Sam
no. To
Billings
be
is a
fair,
quality middle order
to be
batsman.
fair, Rishabh, Steve Smith is a good thing on today's pitch. He was a good
Yeah.
player because he came in at the right time. But today, as we see, use a slightly different view on Shreyas Iyer. Shreyas Iyer plays when the top two don't have to play. In the first part of the IPL, we saw the top two players, always performing. Dhawan's runs have dried up, and now we are seeing Shreyas Iyer come to the party. And as I said before, the most important position on the cricket team is number five. The team with the best number five wins, and he's on 33, not out now. So he's doing
Yeah.
amazing. And as we come into the Hetmyer fan club member starter, Yatarat is there. Are you happy, Yatarat?
I'll say हमने दुनिया हिला दी. What else I can say? Fabulous victory. This game was going out of our control, but the way Shreyas played, I mean, kudos to him, and even Ashwin. I mean, if they need to take a bow, in front of a brilliant bowling lineup, they just dispatch them all on the park. And Sani Panji, very much thank you for that. With the cameo which Shimran at my played, I believe we got
Always.
at least two extra overs, to reach that. But overall, super happy and super proud of this team.
And it's the mental edge of having beating Mumbai, which is massive for the Delhi Capitals, because obviously they keep on losing to them, and this is why the tournament will be so good now. If Mumbai are out, because when people come up with against Mumbai in the qualifying and the finals, they've already lost before they even go on the pitch. It was like
But
playing Arsenal in the heyday, when they were undefeated for the whole season. The only team that was ever been undefeated was Arsenal. And as soon as you got on the pitch, you lost. You saw Vieira there. You thought, "Nah, we're not going to win this game." So
But
today,
now, Sandy Padre, what has happened now in the points table is now Delhi has defeated Mumbai Indians, and if Rajasthan Royals beats Chennai Super Kings, then the points table would be equally balanced. All the bottom four teams would have played 12 matches, and they would be on 10 points. So the fourth position would be still on, and that's make the tournament so alive.
yeah. And we just need Punjab to beat RCB tomorrow, and then it'll be perfect. Varun Baki.
All right, Romit. I'm just hearing Ravi Shastri's voice right now, but in another player. Ravichandran Ashwin finishes off in style. He finished it off with a six. Oh my, look at Yatharth, man. So happy right now.
Come on, I was
What's
like,
your take on this?
oops,
Are you
now
literally disappointed right now?
Oh,
Definitely, definitely.
it's
Yeah.
brilliant. It's
So
brilliant. It's brilliant for the tournament, but we need Rajasthan Royals to win now, and then we need Punjab Kings to win
Yeah.
tomorrow, and then the last week of the IPL is going to be amazing, because obviously there's two games at the following the end. It'll be just amazing, and hopefully we'll talk about the match now, the main match. Varun.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now just going on to RR versus CSK. So first of all, I'm gonna go straight to you, Paji. First of all, just looking at the CSK squad, or also just look at their XI. Should they be like really happy with this XI? Because first of all, they are completely up in the sky. They're so happy right now with the kind of performances their XI is putting up. I think they should be on the top place right now. Their confidence should be like building up into heaven. So what's your take on this?
Yeah, well, they have confidence, and confidence is not just about 11 players; it's also breeds to the rest of the team. And if we see like what we have done, Rajasthan Royals today, they've dropped Ryan Parag. I can't believe it; he's dropped. So my puja is working because I didn't play for Parag today, so he's not playing, which is fantastic. And then they've dropped Liam Livingston, which is a very, very good move because he wasn't playing well, and we got Glenn Phillips in. And I did say Shivan Dubey, David Miller. So Mayak Markande and Akash Singh, I am so happy those two players are playing because they haven't played. So it is one team like CSK that has a fixed 11 and a good team. They don't have to chop and change. But whereas Rajasthan Royals have to find the formula. And the fan base is really happy today because they are finally seeing Mayank and they're seeing Akash. So I think those two players, I've been showing my
Right. Yeah. Especially the injuries of Mayank Markande, he has been sitting on the bench for a long time, and it's not good to waste their talent. So it's a good thing Rajasthan Royals just bought him up into this XI. Now going to you, Rishabh, what is up with the last over finishes for CSK, man? Should they literally, rename themselves Heart Attack Super Kings? But just tongue in reality, is it just their middle order or is it the pitch conditions?
The thing is that if you see their top order, if their top if their top order do well, they win comfortably. But if their top order don't do well, I really feel that the middle order is not performing well for CSK. I mean, we can say that the middle order is not doing well for CSK. So as far as their front two or three batsmen are concerned, most of the time they finish the games for them. But when, for example, if someday that happens, that the top three are gone in like 6 overs and they are like 25 for 3 or 30 for 3, most of the times what happens is they just make around 120 or 130 runs, or most probably they will make 135, because I feel that the middle order of Chennai Super Kings is a bit rusty because they don't have their they don't have the backing of match practice under their armory. So I feel that they at some stage of the game, or at some stage of the tournament, I believe that their middle order has to perform well in order in order to finish games early in the tournament.
And it's Raidu. It's Raidu, Rishabh. It is Raidu.
Exactly.
Raidu is saving CSK because I say Dhoni
Exactly.
in the last game we saw the six, but Raina is playing bad, and then you got Moin, Faf, and Gaikwad up front who are winning the game.
Gaikwad.
They're winning the game, as
Winning.
you said, in the first 10-15 overs with the top three, and then Raidu is saving them. So if Raidu fails, if the top three fail and Raidu fail, then you will see CSK struggle, and then we will see Dhoni playing to the last over. And if he's not batting with someone like Raidu at the end, that would be it. But Raidu is been the main consistent reason why CSK been able to get over the line, because he's playing well and he has covered for Reina and he has covered. But then Bravo, what does he do with the bat? Sam Curran isn't playing anymore. So you really, really are struggling if Raidu gets out. So Raidu is the glue for the middle order. And if he was to get out early, then you would see CSK struggle. Whereas Delhi, I say we saw today Ashwin come to the party, and then we saw Hetmeyer come to the party, and we've seen Iyer come to the party. So Delhi have a more complete batting than Chennai. But today, I say it's going to be can we chase down whatever total CSK put on? Because if CSK is chasing, they are definitely worth putting your money on, because they can kind of get the innings. Today, if they have to set a score, Rajasthan Royals should be able to win. So I'm quite happy with we're batting second.
Yeah,
But
so first of
Paji,
all,
I
I
believe
think
that
that all,
they can send Bravo in as well. Bravo on the fourth or the fifth batting position, because if I'm not wrong, like in the CPL, like Bravo was captaining Saint Kitts. I think so. And Bravo was not bowling in the CPL. Like in the last 3 to 4 games, he was not bowling. He was just batting. He was playing just as a pure batsman. He was coming in at number 4 or number 5, and like while he was coming at number 4 or number 5, from that position he was finishing games for his team. So I mean, if the middle order is not doing well for CSK, they can experiment this as well, as far as Bravo is concerned as well.
Good time to experiment now. Once you're at the top, you can experiment. Like today, we've experimented,
Exactly,
but we have to
exactly.
win the game. We have to win the game. And if we don't win the game, then it's Tata bye bye. We'll join Mumbai. And Vada Pav and Dal Bati Churma together. Is it a good combination? Romit will tell us.
well, this all depends again on the middle order. Now, talking about first of all Rajasthan middle order, I think they have 4 changes. I think 2 or 3 in the batting and 1 in the bowling. Is Akash Singh an all-rounder?
He
Pacer.
Pacer. Okay, so then 2 bowlers, 2 batsmen looks like. Shivam Dubey, or I think it's David Miller or Glenn Phillips, which has come into the XI, and Akash Singh and who was it
Shivam
again?
Dubey.
Yeah, Shivam Dubey. No, not him. Mayank Markande. So
Mayank
first,
Markande.
yeah, Shivam Dubey, was he really a good pick into the RRXI? What do you say, Jaydeep? What do you say about these 4 changes altogether?
First of all, bringing in Mayank Markande was really something which I was looking forward to since the start of IPL 2021. Because he's such kind of quality, you see, you cannot ignore such kind of bowler. And you played Tabrez Shamsi, you played Shreyas Gopal as well. Why don't give a chance to an Indian spinner, a capped spinner who has done well for Mumbai Indians in 2018? So Mayank Markande is can be the key player for today's match, because Dhoni really struggles against spin. Not only Dhoni, but many CSK players I've seen, they really struggle against leg spin. So he can be key player for us. But Shivam Dubey, as you said, Shivam Dubey, I don't very much like this pick, but actually we don't have much options. So if we don't play someone like a Riyan Parag, then we have only Anuj Rawat and Shivam Dubey. And if management wants to get some overs as well from a batter, then you definitely are going with Shivam Dubey. So that's why Shivam Dubey. And I feel Karthik Tyagi might be injured. That's why Akash Singh is playing, because you can really drop young talents like Karthik Tyagi who have done well for your side in this phase and in the last phase. Also in the last seasons they have won you few matches. So you cannot drop these kind of young talents. And the last one, I guess, is maybe Glenn Phillips had made his way into the side. Morris has not been in that kind of form since the start of second phase. So I was really looking forward to this combination of overseas, where you play three batsmen and one bowler, because when Chris Morris is not performing at all, then why play him? And he's not even contributing in terms of batting. So Mustafizur, the overseas bowler, then three batsmen are surely going to give some depth into the batting lineup, who is really looking some sluggish from the start of phase two. So let's hope how the game goes.
Yes,
Let's
Varun,
hope
just a
for the
quick one
best.
there. It's a good team to chase a low score. So if what's his name again, Chennai don't make a high score, this is a perfect team to make that, because they've got players that can rotate the strike and not have to take risks. And I think it'll be a very, very good team for us to chase. So if we can do that, I think we could win this game. So I'm gonna hopefully cheer for the boys in pink, although I'm wearing yellow.
Also, the batting depth has been increased with the incoming of those three batters. So, yes, we hope for the best.
Well, again, as we were just talking about last match, about the Kagis or Rabada point, I think Chris Morris can also fall into that point. Because, first of all, I don't see that, kind of experience in that bowling lineup of, Rajasthan Royals. So maybe I would have liked to see still Chris Morris in, as we said, as you said, Kagis or Rabada, we can drop him, form is temporary, class is permanent. So I think Morris also falls into that same category. I think it's just my opinion, but I would have liked to see Chris Morris in as well. But were these two like huge drops for like a Karthik Tyagi and Chris Morris? Romit, were they two big drops, or do you see, still the balanced excel or Rajasthan Royals keeping, still and stable?
As Jaideep was mentioning that Karthik Tyagi might be injured because you can't actually drop him because actually won you a match from nowhere. So definitely Karthik Tyagi, some concerns might be there with him. But talking about Chris Morris, definitely his drop is justified because we have seen Rajasthan's middle order struggling with the batting. So now two overseas coming, Miller and Phillips, both are hard hitters. So that would definitely add some strength to their middle order. And that bowling, Rajasthan has not been that poor with their bowling, so Chris Morris dropped out is okay, fine, because Akash Singh is a young talent and we have seen him in the domestic. He's a fast bowler, right? If I'm not wrong,
Yeah, fast
then
bowler.
so he's good with has a good pace also. Definitely, it is justified. Just Akash Singh, if he can bring his talent in, we can't expect experience from him in crucial overs, but definitely if he can bring his talent and skills in, he'll come out good.
Just a quick one there. Akash Singh was better than Kartik Tyagi at the same stage of their career when they played for under 19s. And yet again, Kartik Tyagi is very expensive. His economy rate is nearly 10 and over every game. So you can't afford to have a bowler, although he won you one match, to get you 10 runs per over every game. So I think it's a good swap, even if Kartik Tyagi isn't. We've been calling for Akash Singh and Mayank Makanda to play. Let's give them a chance. Let's see how they do. And hopefully we'll win the game. And off to you, Varun, to wrap up.
Yeah. So again, talking about this game, I think looking at this, it's a new pitch according to the reports, and it looks like a batting-friendly pitch. And the fast bowlers or spin bowlers, especially the spin bowlers, won't have much assistance on this pitch. So I think Rajasthan Royals actually did make a good change, bringing in an extra batsman in. So Deep, what do you say about this? Which batting lineup is pretty much stronger right now?
Look, if you see the tactical changes from both the ends, you will find CSK's tactical changes making more sense as compared to RR's changes, because they have brought in more pace as compared to slower ones, whereas RR went for slower bowlers as compared to faster ones. So I think CSK has read the pitch better as compared to RR, because if it's a new pitch, then in my opinion, O'Shane Thomas inclusion in place of Chris Morris would have made more sense instead of a batsman. Because if you see in this lineup, we haven't talked about Mahipal Lomror, who has been really good with both bat and ball, and they have dropped Mahipal Lomror in order to include an overseas batsman in Glenn Phillips, which doesn't make any sense. If you see in this lineup, they only have five bowlers, with some inexperienced ones. Plus, Shivam Dubey is going to be your sixth one, so it's going to be a really tough decision for Sanju Samson because how he manages these bowlers. And if you see all these pacers that they have, all are left-hand pacers. So that's again a one-dimensional bowling attack. A right-arm pacer would have made more sense here. So let's see in which way this particular game goes, because KM Asif is a really good swing bowler with pace as compared to Deepak Chahar, who's a little bit slow. And similarly, Sam Curran is gives you more pace as compared to Bravo. So I think tactically CSK have made better decisions, but let's see which way this particular game goes.
Well, looks like Dhoni knows what he's doing. So we have come to an end now. So I'm just gonna take two answers from all of the panelists here. JD, first of all, who's your man of the match and who's gonna win the game?
I think it's going to be Glenn Phillips, man of the match, and of course Rajasthan Royals winning it.
What about you, Romit? Same questions.
Uh, Chennai Super Kings and Ruturaj Gaikwad.
What about you, Rishabh?
Chennai Super Kings, Rituraj Gaikwad.
Okay, going with Romit. What about you, Sandy Paji?
I'm going for Sanju Samson and Rajasthan Royals victory. Come on, boys.
What about you, Deep?
I'm going with Chennai Super Kings and Ravindra Jadeja.
Ooh.
Oh, all right, guys. Thank you for joining us. And one more point here. Do you want to be featured on the WCF page? Then you can just share your fan story with us, so you would be featured on our page. So for now, that comes to a close. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next time tomorrow against another double header.
Hello,
Thank you
boys.
guys
Come
and
on.
bye.